on my way out back to cut up some firewood that we took down last year and then it got snowed on. This nice beautiful pile of brush is when BLM came out here a couple years ago to clear out dead wood and make the various areas safe where people lived. And we still cut on that. We use that for a lot of that for kindling in the wintertime. But back here, there's some firewood down there, but I think that's punk wood. But still, I found out the other day that you can use punk wood, you know, when you don't need it really hot, just kind of top off a warming fire, and it works great. But right now, I'm hauling my sled, chainsaw, a hatchet, the tripod for the GoPro, and a black plastic bag, because besides cutting firewood up, I want to cut down some birch bark, because that stuff is awesome to get a fire going. There's some beautiful bark here. Look at that. That is gorgeous stuff. Well, that's a nice little chunk of firewood. It's a nice little chunk of fire starter. And not only did I take it from this tree, and the only reason I didn't cut it down to get the rest is because Jed's not with me and I didn't want to cut by myself. But I found a bunch of this stuff lying around. I don't know if you can see that one back there. I took off of that, took some off of down here, and now I have a garbage bag and I'm going to fill it all up and then head on to the next chore, which is cutting firewood that's already down. Alright, so on to cutting firewood that's been laying here since last winter. Get my chainsaw going. Whoops. Oh, all right. Learning chainsaws still. So usually if I'm doing any wood cutting, Jed comes out here with me. But since his heart attack, he is under physical restrictions, at least for a while. And you know, while he was gone, I realized how much I didn't actually know out here. But on the flip side, I also realized how much I actually do know. So this was a really good learning lesson and a wake-up call to hurry up and start learning more of the things like mechanics. You know, that's a really big thing for me. You know, I know some people, like my husband, can look at a YouTube video and go, oh yeah, that's easy enough. I look at a YouTube video and go, oh my gosh, it's Greek. So he's going to have to spend quite a bit of time with me on mechanical things. Like, for example, our Honda generator went out. Luckily, it went out the day before before he came back. So it wasn't a big deal for me. I just, you know, turned off Wi-Fi, and I have a Zoleo satellite that I use for texting. And that's been a lifesaver. I highly recommend them. But anyway, he came back and he looked at it, and turns out it looks like it has a fouled spark plug. So my son is coming out here if we can get a boat taxi out. But his plan is to come out here and help us gather firewood, driftwood and stuff along the river. Because if it's just me lifting and throwing up on the bank, it's going to take us a very, very long time. And Jed cannot do it right now. So fingers crossed that we'll get the boat out here. Now, besides that, my son wants us to watch his dog. So I told him it's his responsibility. He's going to have to find a way to get her out here. And if he does, well, he can stay 3 or 4 days and help us. Oh, look, my puppy wants in on the camera. No, look, see, look, there it is. There it is. Oh, now I have to get all this firewood I cut up and toss it over to where it'll be easier to reach it. And then head back to the house with a sled, another sled full of wood. While I'm out cutting firewood, I'm always on the lookout for berries. There aren't that many. Berry picking season is pretty much over now, but they are so beautiful. Those are lingonberries, also known as low bush cranberries. I'm sure there's another name, but those are the two I know. Look at that. Oh, my pile of firewood. And another pile of firewood. Oh yeah, I had to stop the chainsaw. Oh well, let me take that back. The chainsaw stopped on me earlier because I hadn't checked and made sure it had gas in it. So I had to walk back to the house, which is a few minutes away, go back and get gas so I could fill it. And then, voila, it worked without a problem. Amazing. If you have fuel, something works. If you don't have fuel, it doesn't work. And it's a windy day out, but it's beautiful. No bugs, nothing. Oh.